You are a business owner or a lawyer in a law firm, maybe a solo practitioner, some sort of service provider, and you know that it's time to hire a social media consultant. The question is, how do you hire someone that's going to follow best practices, whatever they are, and have your best interest in mind at all times? And also, how do you set up the systems with them? How should they want to set up the systems with you so that everything is on the up and up and you know what's going on? It can be really hard to find a social media consultant who's ethical and follows best practices. And let's not forget, is also an expert who will protect your social media and your brand as if it is her own. I'm Dr. Jennifer Gardella, and I help attorneys and business service providers, as well as a smattering of other clients, with their digital marketing. My team and I do blogging, social media, and newsletter writing from a strategic advantage point. I do a lot of research. We know exactly how to talk to your ideal clients. And as I like to say, my love language is execution. We'd love to ensure that your digital presence is building with blogs, social media posts, and newsletters. What's really coming up for me a lot in the industry, what I'm hearing a lot of, is that admins, social media experts claiming to be experts, don't want to do any certain things or don't know how to do certain things. So, the first of all is that you do not share your personal logins with anyone managing your social media. Now, let me back up here and say this. If you have a Facebook page or a LinkedIn page for your business, which you should, you have to give them admin access. They need admin access through an active Facebook or LinkedIn page. What can happen is that if you give access to a dummy account, an account that's not regularly logged into, or an account that they just set up, then it's going to get kicked out. It's going to get wiped off of Facebook anyway, but that is also going to then their access is gone. This actually makes sense. You want to work with a social media consultant who has a robust digital platform themselves. So they're active on Facebook and LinkedIn and readily accept your invitation to be administrators on their LinkedIn pages and Facebook page. Now, with Instagram, it's a little different. You only have one set of login credentials for Instagram and X. So, again, there needs to be a system in place to be able to do that safely. There should be one email address that's attached to both that everybody has access to for any 2FA issues. There's always two-factor authentication issues. So you need to really make sure that you trust the person that you hire and that they have access to what they need that way. Okay, so the other thing is accounts are only set up under your name. Oh, I forgot to mention for Google, Google Profile, Google Search Console, Google Analytics. So this is your maps as well as how you communicate with Google about your website and then how do you track your results. All need to be given access. You do not allow them to sign in to your page. You need to give them access to their own Gmail account. Critical, critical, critical. Do not allow them to sign in and have full control. Now, I will also say that you can give them access to your accounts if they're going to set up for themselves, meaning a lot of times my clients don't know how to make me an admin, nor do they want to learn. So they give me their passwords to their LinkedIn profiles. I go in, add myself, and then they change their passwords. Okay, so the next thing is that accounts are yours, set up under your email addresses. So they're not going to set up any accounts under their corporate account. We see this a lot with Google Business Profile and Google Analytics. Again, you should have one Gmail account for your team, for your office, but your personal Gmail or a Gmail that you use like it's your personal controls the center of everything and no one has access to that. The next one is really controversial, but I'm going to say it anyway. You do not, they do not comment, like, and share on your content. It is completely unethical. If I am your social media consultant and I am trying, or someone on your team doing social, and I am attempting to boost ratings, boost likes, boost comments by liking, sharing, and commenting on your posts, that's completely inauthentic. that is reserved space for your ideal clients or other connections to interact with your content. But like I said, it's completely unethical. If I'm responsible for your likes, I shouldn't have myself and my friends commenting, liking, and sharing. That's insane. It can skew your results. There's some theory that it's good for the algorithm, but long term, it's all just fake. So if you are working with a new consultant and all of a sudden engagement jacks up, make sure you go in and you check to see who's actually commenting. Is it a bunch of college students that have been paid or a bunch of friends of the individual that you've hired? That can really be detrimental to your business. Okay, and again, your consultant needs to make sure that you retain full access and they have access through their own set of credentials. And then you need to make sure that they have a content plan, an editorial calendar that focuses completely on your ideal clients. So we don't want to see a bunch of, hey, babe, or look how great we are, or here's the front door to the office kind of posts. Your ideal clients don't care. Your ideal clients have a problem to solve, and they want to make sure that you are the one to solve it. And social media, your blog, your newsletters are great ways to do that. So if they're posting about themselves, which I've seen, if they are posting about like a bird on the windowsill, which I've seen, or if they're posting things that maybe even on brand looks wise, but they're too catchy, awful, be careful. And the other thing is if they're, again, back to those comments, I did forget to say one thing. If they're posting comments like, hey girl, or that sounds great, or this is awesome, those are fluff. So be very, very careful about what you sign up for and who you sign up with. Okay, so those are the ethical considerations that you should keep in mind when starting to work with a social media consultant to help you build your law firm or your business. Thanks so much for your time.